in the wall. I get knocked down, I get back up, get up and go. I stay ready for more. Go toe to toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit.
As always, you know it throws right by.
We packed our bike bags and flew out Thursday to Austin, Texas to race La Primavera Lago Vista 2025.
We landed in Austin and our Nano Pop came and picked us up from the airport, and we were staying in the camper for the weekend.
We built up our bikes, but it was getting dark, so we weren't able to get a nice afternoon ride in, but we eventually went to bed, got a good night's sleep, and then we woke up and we're getting ready for the first stage, the time trial.
Yeah, so going into the TT, the hopes were to try and get a top 10. I got like 14th at Voss, so I'm right there, and it's a slightly shorter time trial, so I really wanted to do good, and it's a super awesome course. It's on the Driveway series in Austin, so it's like this race go-kart track. So sick. You do 4 laps, and it's around like 13 minutes, so really hoping for a top 10 and to do good.
Going into the time trial, I was hoping for a better result than what I got at Voss. I put in a little work on the actual aero position, and yeah, I was like the shorter efforts too, so I was hoping that I could go hard and get aero for the whole time trial and maybe do good.
Home run, touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now. All now, top corner talking home run. Touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now. All now, top corner like.
How was it?
That was alright.
How'd you do it?
Like 13:55 or something. I don't even know. Like 13:40. What was the hour? 3:30. Dang. Kind of hours. Like 27:3. I was trying to do just over 27.
All good about it?
Yeah. Feeling good. I went a little hard on the first lap. Jack, how was it?
React
Well, you sitting 8th?
8th apparently. I did not think it was that good of an effort. The watts were low. Didn't feel great. I don't know, it kind of just felt like every other time trial.
The aero.
Yeah, I tried to get as aero as possible.
Gonna try and see if we can hold on to top 10.
I know, hopefully, but I think the last wave is a bunch of hitters, so we'll see.
So fast times.
Yeah, top 15 gets GC points, so.
When I finished the time trial, I placed 8th in the 15-16, and I was pretty proud of that. I did like 330 watts for like 13 minutes, 40 seconds. So yeah, pretty stoked with that. I've been working, like I said, on the time trial position, but yeah, I was happy.
I came in 13th on the day, so improved 1 position since Voss. Really hoping for that top 10, so I was a little disappointed, but I gave it my all. I kind of wish we had gotten to shake out the travel the day before, but you know, that's bike racing and traveling. So yeah, looking forward to going into the next 2 days. It's an Omnium, so only top 15 get points. So I did squeeze in a few points with my 13th place, so stoked on that.
And coming out on top, 2 seconds faster, your 2025 La Primavera winner, Benjamin Jurassic.
Day 2, road race number 1. We're about to leave. We race at 1 o'clock. It's like a 60-mile road race, so yeah, like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, but it should be good. I like this course. It's gonna be really hot. Feeling good. Feeling ready. We'll see how we feel, how the legs feel on the bike, but yeah, let's roll.
Going into day 2, the first road race, it's a super awesome course. I actually placed 2nd here last year, so I know it's a course that suits me. I'm really hoping to do good again this year. And yeah, just trying to stay up front, watch the moves. I actually did end up tail gunning a little bit, just because it's a super awesome course to save energy at the back tail gunning. And yeah, it wasn't too windy, so didn't have to worry about crosswinds or anything. But yeah, really just hoping to make the break at the end and see where we can finish.
Alrighty, stage 2, lap 1, there's already a crash, and man, there was It was a pretty hard race, lots of climbing, really pretty hot out in Texas. Jack, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I was trying to conserve a lot of energy. It is an Omnium weekend, so I got 13th in the TT yesterday. So just trying to make sure we're up in the points placings every single day. And yeah, the plan for today was to watch the breakaway, watch EF and Hot Tubes trying to go off the front. And I ended up sitting like mid to backpack for the majority of the first half, just chilling and saving energy. Eli, you want to tell us a little bit about this course?
Yeah, so each lap is around 5 miles. We did 11 laps, and the first like half is a nice steady uphill drag. Will you say like 3% or like 2%, all the way until the turnaround at the top, and then we go down the really steep like what was that, like negative 10%?
Yeah, like negative 17.
Yeah, and then we hit the final like flat straight run into the finish line, and then it's a nice, what do you say, 15-second kicker for the finish line. And yeah, that's mainly the course. Like I said, we did 11 laps, each time going over the nice steady uphill. It was a leg killer, so doing that so many times really took it out of you especially at the finish. And yeah, Jack, you want to tell us a little bit about the crash?
Yeah, so a big problem throughout the day was traffic on this course. I don't think they had enough volunteers, and so cars were on the course, and then we should have just stayed behind the cars, but whoever was at the front decided to go on the opposite side of the road, and then there was like oncoming traffic, so it ended up just causing crashes and chaos, which was a bummer for everyone that went down. But Eli and I stayed upright. We're still in. We're like 2 laps to go here, and there is a break of 4 up the road with Chandler Evans, Caden Freyer, Brady Hogue, and I believe Dylan Lee. And they're like a minute and a half up the road. And so everyone's looking to Ben Jurassic, who's in the leader's jersey, to pull it back with his team DDP.
Yeah, so they sat on the front for a solid few laps, but didn't get any help, and they were not able to pull the breakaway back. And then Caden Freyer, with the help of from Chandler Evans, won the field sprint, so congrats to Hot Tubes and all of them. And then going over the top of the last climb, another group went from the field, and they ended up sticking it to the line and getting like 4th and 5th.
Yeah, so now we're sprinting for 8th, I believe. We're going down the hill, and I decided to put in a little dig just to see what happens, and I get a little gap, and so I decide to try and go all in and roll it. My seat post actually slipped mid-race. I did not tighten it enough building my bike up after flying with it, so that was a bummer. So I was running like this dropper build, and so I go like all in on this downhill attack and actually stick it to the line for 8th. It was pretty solid, but you know, we came here for the podium, so really looking to go all in tomorrow.
Yeah, I ended up sprinting it with the field and getting 11th in the 15-16.
All right, we're here post-race with the winner, Caden Freyer from Hot Tubes. Caden, how was it up the road?
It was really hard. It was super hot. They opened up the feed for us the whole race. Super grateful for that. But me and my teammate Chandler rode a really good race. Great teamwork, and it was a good finish in the end.
How'd you make the jump for the sprint at the end?
A couple guys jumped early. Brady and forget the other guy's name. They jumped early, and then Chandler got on the front, and I came off the wheel, and I went 160 to go, and I won.
Dang, well, nice job. Sitting in the lead, right, for the Omnium?
Yeah.
What's your plan going into tomorrow?
Don't know yet.
Can't say.
Formulate that one on the fly.
We'll ask him tomorrow after the race.
Yeah.
Nice job today. There were a lot of factors through the race, including the Texas heat. It wasn't crazy hot actually, but it was like just hot enough that you wanted some ice and water. So we had Nano Pop in the feed zone helping us out. And actually Pop did a really good job. I only missed 1 bottle throughout the weekend. So yeah, just trying to stay cool as much as possible.
And your winner, racing for Hot Tubes in the light blue jerseys, Caden Freyer.
There you go. Got the job.
All right, you're weird.
Look at that leader's jersey.
See you tomorrow, man.
See you tomorrow.
Day 2. Anna's ready. I'm ready. Should be a good race. Not as hot. Pretty windy though. Wind will be a factor. So gonna try staying in the front. Should be a headwind climb, like a cross headwind. So gonna try to stay sheltered. Gonna be a hard race. Lots of climbing. Feeling good. Felt actually really good yesterday in the heat. And yeah, hoping that I have those legs today. So yeah, let's roll. Stage 3 last day, and we do the reverse of yesterday's route. So it is up the steep bit and then a crossed downhill sprint to the finish. So yeah, we're gonna try and get into the breakaway and see what we could do. Jack, how are you feeling?
Yeah, the crosswinds and super hard climb made for an interesting race, so definitely wanted to stay up at the front, which I tried to do most of the race. There was one lap, I was like near the very front, like fourth wheel or something, and you like roll into the 17% climb, and I lost like all my speed, like we did not go hard up it, and then everyone behind us started full gas sprinting, and like I was just going so slow. So I ended up getting like shot out the back like a cannon, like I could not get back up to speed, and ended up like chasing for a lap, and I caught back on eventually. But yeah, that was one part mid-race, which was like pretty crazy. So the crosswinds were like no joke, and this climb is also super hard. So made for a super interesting race. Yeah, so this hill was a doozy, and it had like 2 pitches and then a nice steady grade right after. So everybody would go really hard up the pitches and then keep it over the top, and then we had hit the turnaround and hit the straight crosswind headwind, and that was a good place to make some splits. And then what was that? 3 EFs attacked off the front, and we were stuck chasing. We were mainly looking to hot tubes to pull it back with their team and the guys that they had, but they weren't able to bring the 3 EFs that were time trialing up, bring them back. So yeah, it was mainly up to us at that point. Yeah, and then Enzo Hincapie ended up going solo on the final climb, and actually held it for the dub. So huge congrats to him and the team. I think maybe Hot Tubes didn't want to pull it back because they were going for just Caden Freyer and the overall. I'm not super sure, but yeah, everyone was looking to them. And then they put some guys on the front to try to pull it back, and they were keeping the gap steady, but just could not reel them in. So then, yeah, going up the final climb, I think another little group ends up going, and I'm just like midfield, hanging on for dear life. And so, yeah, then we're sprinting for like, I don't know, 8, I think. And so going into the sprint, I'm third wheel right here. Which is honestly like a little too far forward. We're like 400 meters to go, and then we hit this little kicker, and I'm like, they start coasting, and I'm like, we cannot be coasting, but it's like too early to launch. But I just send it. We're like 300 meters out, and I just go like all into the line. I think I held on for like third from this field sprint, which was like such a long sprint, and I peaked at like 1200, which is pretty good for me after a long road race. So ended up getting 10th on the day, which top 10's always good, but we're looking for that podium. So E, how did you finish? Yeah, so I ended up kind of cramping out a little bit, so I just tried to hold on in the sprint. I ended up getting like a 9th or something like that in the 15-16, and yeah, it was I was looking for a little bit more, but yeah, the cramps got me at the end. It was an awesome weekend of racing, and it's so cool to have some of our Texas family come out and watch us race. All right, walk us through. You dropped us on the hill. Who went with you? Or was it just you?
No, I had Jack Plow with me.
Yeah. You were saying what in 15-16, Jack?
I think I was sitting tied for second.
Tied for second.
16. Tried to go with Enzo, but he was pretty strong. So.
Pretty good, yeah. And then you went over the top. Was it like a teamwork time trial?
Yeah. They kind of gave me everything they had, and then at one point I just had to go clear and just put my head down and ride to the line as hard as I could.
Yeah, and Harry was up the road with, who was it? Skyline?
When we caught Harry, he was by himself off the front, so.
Yeah. And what'd y'all do when you got up to him?
Just kind of told him to hop on and just work together and see if we could make something out of that move.
Yeah, nice work today. You stuck it to the line.
Yeah.
Great weekend overall. Happy with the TT 13th and then 2 top 10s in the road races. Pretty solid. I was super consistent and yeah, happy with that, but also sad and disappointed to have missed the podium, but it's okay. Another race, another lesson learned.
I felt like the weekend was an overall success. Had an awesome time trial personally, and both road races I was able to hang in and finish with the pack, and it was because it was a combined field with 17-18 and 15-16, and most of the 15-16s and a few 17-18s got dropped on both days, and it was a really hot just stage race in general, so I was super excited, and yeah, it was a successful weekend. It was such a great event. Thank you to everybody who made it possible, and we had a blast hanging out with our Nano Pop in the trailer.
Yeah, also huge shout out to all of our Texas family that came out to support us on day 3. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always,
You know it.
Bros Ride Bikes.